Georg Wilhelm Friedrich Hegel was a German philosopher who died in 1831 at the age of 61. He more or less invented the philosophy of history in the sense that it's understood today, but unfortunately his importance has been overshadowed by two things. Firstly, a series of rather dubious charges that he was a reactionary, a state-centralising conservative, and an incurable idealist. Secondly, Karl Marx's claim to have definitively reinterpreted his thought by standing it on its head. Today, most lay people know Hegel, if they know him at all, only as a kind of muddle-headed precursor to communism. According to Hegel, history is the process whereby spirit, human consciousness, exemplified by reason, evolves dialectically by engendering its own contrary and then incorporating that contrary in a new higher form, following which the process repeats itself. Spirit appears in different forms throughout history, art, religion and philosophy, of which the last is highest. History has a goal which is the absolute idea, a human community in which freedom for all is fully realised and in which spirit becomes fully aware of itself. So how did Marx turn that on its head? Well, for Marx, the problem with Hegel's account is that it gives individuals and ideas a significant amount of agency. For Marx, what drives history is human beings' endeavours to overcome scarcity by progressively improving their means of production, their technological satisfaction of basic needs like food and shelter. Ideas play little or no part in this process. They're like steam from a locomotive, expressive of the train and away, but by no means explanatory. For many people, this looks preferable to Hegel, and it doesn't help that Hegel's account of how history functions is notoriously obscure. The problem with the Marxian inversion of Hegel, however, is that it doesn't quite succeed on its own terms. Firstly, there's the well-known problem of legality, unearthed by the British commentator H.B. Acton in 1955, the fact that the legal framework of capitalism appears to be both ideological and yet deeply implicated in its particular means of production. If Marx is right, it can't be both in the base and in the superstructure. The second problem is that if ideas are completely devoid of agency, what's the point in being a political Marxist? The communist society either will or won't come about, but either way, one's allegiance to it can't make the slightest bit of difference. Thirdly, most modern versions of Marxism want capitalism to be deeply involved in the production of deceptive ideas that keep people enthralled to the present setup. But if ideas are both epiphenomenal and have no power, it's difficult to see how that can work. For all of those reasons, I think that any plausible theory of history, if there can even be such a thing, probably needs to revisit Hegel. I'll look at Hegel again in another video.